Hey, this is GK Bose, and you are listening to Shrinetime Entertainment Podcast. The nerd is the word.
What is up? This is your boy Mike Maverick, and welcome to Shrinetime Entertainment Podcast, where we always say the nerd is the word. Now here's your host, DJ Money Senpai and Company.
What's up to all our fellow nerd party goers? Hope you're enjoying yourselves and hope you're ready for another awesome experience, because now it's time for the number one most electrifying and exciting nerd awesome podcast party we all call Shrinetime Entertainment Podcast, where we always say the nerd is the word. It's your man Charles, aka Money Senpai, all day every day, your fun-loving, money-making anime gameplay is so in love with Senna, urban ambassador to NerdCon, founder and co-host. And with me are my favorite first family, dedicated to all things video games, manga, anime, movies, TV, cosplay, whatever. What's your nerd appetite? We got it. First up is my engineer, Ace Gamer, the pride of Shrinetime, and the hardest working man in anime and gaming, my mega man of nerd, Mike Maverick.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Mike Maverick, and ladies and gentlemen, we got Senna in the house.
No!
Would you be mine? Lastly, but surely not least, is our tough, fearless, but sweeter than strawberry jam, El Presidente of the Shrine, our Urza Scarlet of Nerd, Michelle, aka Pantera.
Hi, I'm back in the shrine, ready for a fun time.
Woo! Fun time! Shrine time, fun time!
And also,
pro reference if you didn't know.
Also, Senna is one hell of a drug.
It's that kind of show. Okay.
It's addictive. Not addictive.
Awesome.
And as you all know, we're known to having exciting interviews with the best and amazing people of the industry. And in the Shrine, we call it the Guest Spot Suite. So sit back, relax, and have a nice, tall, refreshing beverage on the house, compliments of the Shrine, and enjoy the experience. Fellow party goers, with us tonight is the always very awesome VA. And of course, it's a very hot one in that. She's very beautiful, by the way. I can't really see, but she sounds very beautiful. She's known for her roles in gaming such as Say Gang from Dynasty Warriors 6, 7, and 8. The leader of the 3rd Street Saints from Saints Row 2. Felicia from Darkstalkers from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Lily and Syria from Rune Factory Tides of Destiny. The Lightning Fist Queen, Azuka Kazama from Street Fighter Cross Tekken. To anime roles such as Sayuri and Victoria from Buso Reiki, Lupit from Blade Marvel Anime, the elegant Princess Charlotte from Berserk Golden Age Arc 2 and 3, the mysterious Soul Reaper Senna from Bleach Memories of Nobody, and most recently the one half of the mischievous twin sisters of Izaya Urihara, Mayuru, from among others. Please show your love and welcome to the Shrine, Miss GK Bowles. Say what's up.
Hey guys, what's up? So honored to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you in the Shrine.
Yep.
Always good.
That was a very impressive intro. Thank you very much.
Do my research.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
doing. Otherwise, I'd be looking like a fool.
Oh no.
Can't have that. But welcome to the Shrine. How's you doing today?
Not too bad. Thanks so much for having me. Doing well. It has been a busy day, and it's been a good day. Looking forward to talking to you guys all day long.
We've been looking forward to talking to you as well, especially last week when we all set this whole thing up. And I want to give a big shout out to our guy, Haji Davis, by the way, who is a huge supporter of the Shrine and also a huge fan of yours as well, GK. He's the one who set this whole thing up in motion for us to meet.
Love, love, love Haji. He is awesome. Thank you, Haji.
He's awesome.
That's right.
He's great, especially when it comes to being a supporter of the Shrine. But I will say that, I was very surprised when I looked at your credentials when we first started the the interview process when we, wanted to meet up, that you're actually Senna from the first Bleach movie.
Yes.
It's nobody.
Yes.
It was so.
Yeah, that was one of my first anime roles I had ever done.
Okay, that's a first.
Yeah. And it was
First,
super
wow.
exciting, and I was hooked after that.
Hey, the rest was history.
Yeah. I was
tell me a
very
little bit
fortunate.
Tell me a little bit more about it. Like, how did you enjoy settling in the role of Senna?
They were very patient with me because they knew it was, my first time, doing anime. But auditioning for the role, like I just, I loved the character right away, and I just, you were asking me, Mike was asking me about different types of voices earlier, and depending on the character, you just sometimes it takes a while to find a voice for a particular character, or sometimes like with me and like when I saw Senna, I knew immediately what she sounded like. Right. And I mean, we have the gift of, listening to the Japanese reference as well. And, you listen to the Japanese reference. Okay, how do I translate that to how I would do it? And they loved it. And, I got the part, and it was so much fun. Much fun.
How fun was it to voice like opposite of Johnny Young Bosch, Michelle Ruff, who shout out, by the way, shout outs go to them, and there are a bunch of others. Like, how much fun was it to voice, center opposite of them?
It was so much fun. I mean, I had actually had the pleasure of meeting Michelle probably a couple of years before I ended up booking the role in at Senna. And so she was always so just nice, and it's one of the things I love about voice actors.
Experience. I mean, Mike and I both know that, because we met her a few years ago at a con here in Birmingham, where I live, and she is wonderful. She is one of the nicest spirits you'll ever want to meet.
One of the nicest people ever.
just be honest, just be honest right here. She hugged me so tight, our cheeks had met each other's, and on top of that, I have not watched this ever.
And it was a first experience. It was a first experience for me. And my God, I was happy. I mean, after the whole botch with what's her name, with Colleen Kleckenbeard. But yeah, I finally decided.
So
yeah, I decided to pick myself up, and guess what? Thanks to Charles, I finally met what's her name, Michelle Ruff, and thanks to her, I got an autograph from her, and I'm pretty happy, and I showed my mom about it, and she's really excited. I mean, before she passed away, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
Michelle, she's so generous with her time, and she's one of the sweetest people. But anyway, like she really was so, like, I was so nervous as a newbie, coming in and like with these people that have been doing this for years, and I was so nervous and just I wanted to do a good job, and everyone, like Stephanie Shea, Johnny Young Bosch, they were all very welcoming and very sweet, and it was such a nice, wonderful group of people. We all had a really fun time.
Amazing. I mean, it was great, meeting them for the first time, and you guys made it work because you're all great anime in of itself. I actually, and here's a true story. I actually traded in my copy years ago. I'm such ashamed by that. I went to a movie stop over here in my hometown, and it was just looking and staring at me in my face. It's only $20. And I swear to God, when payday comes, I'm sure enough going to go back there and pick it up. Just for the hell, just to hear you guys again, because like I said, you do a very awesome Senna.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to rewatch Memories of Nobody. I mean, it's kind of a touchy story. It's so sad that I stopped watching, but I'm thinking about watching it again.
It was super sad. It was super sad, but yeah, it was fun, and that movie was a fantastic turning point for me, just with my family too, because my parents, I have my degree in microbiology, immunology, and molecular genetics, and And I was on my way to medical school, and I decided to, so I decided to be a voice actress, and my mother was just like, wait, what? What?
You got the parents don't understand moment.
They were not happy, and but anyway, that movie, when it came out in theaters, they got to see it, and then I don't know if you guys remember, they have, if you didn't see in the theater, all the bonus features, they have the interviews of all the actors. They actually played all of that on the big screen before the movie started, and so my parents got to see that. And they were just like, "Oh my gosh, our daughter's legit. She has a real job. Okay, she's gonna be okay." And so,
okay, it's just something that she can do as a hobby.
Right. So they're like, they got it at that point.
Okay, it's all good. As long as you didn't, get, beat up for it.
Hey! Even though I'm trying to work on my own stuff, like my game reviews and stuff, and hopefully if it picks up, I will be surprised that I'm going to turn this what I truly love into a job myself.
We're hoping most of what we do is a job. Trust me, I mean, what I do right here is a job and a perk. So I mean, I'm living a dream here.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna say this right now. If you have one 33-year-old guy who is completely who is a complete jerk to his fans and plays video games terribly and get paid for it, why can't us?
I mean, that's good. That's actually an interesting, profound idea. Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's blame Kojima.
Fair question.
Because you think about it is, you feel like, okay, I can understand what Mike is saying. It's just like, when you have that aspirations of being you're inspired by another, like a YouTube walkthrough or a voice actor or actress or someone who is in the industry is doing what, you feel like you can do. You think you could do better, or you feel like you can excel it, like you can excel that person someday. So I mean, don't just sit there and wonder what life could be. Do it.
Yes, right. I mean seriously. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's just play video games horribly. Let's play Metal Gear Solid crappy in a crappy manner and blame Kojima for our problems.
I don't think we should do that if we can help it. If we can help it, which, by the way, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if you're a gamer, GK.
I'm an amateur gamer. I mean,
okay, you're a gamer nonetheless. Okay, cool. We can work with that. We can work with that. We can work with that because I guarantee you know what I'm saying, we can make you a pro gamer.
Oh yeah,
we can make you a pro gamer in a month.
That would make my husband and sons very happy. I try to play with them sometimes, and I mean, I love playing. I do. I play the games. I love Skyrim. I love the Guild Wars too. That's a lot of fun.
Also, she's a PC gamer, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I'll play I'll play Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'll play the Warrior or the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warrior series stuff, but I'm terrible at them. And so my kids will say, come on, play with me, and then I'll try to play, and they're like, oh, that's okay, Mom, you can stop now, it's
fine. Hey, at least you asked. You asked to be the play. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, but just next time you don't want me to play, don't play. I mean, it's nice to have a family just to play around and be active nerds. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I've always wished for the day that my family was more acceptable. The only person that's acceptable to me being a nerd is my older brother and my baby sister. I know she knows too much about it, but my mom tells me. My mom doesn't know. I don't think she even cares. So she just knows I'm a free spirit. I think she's too much of a free spirit.
Yeah, I mean, any type of creative, work, it's hard to garner respect from our parents, from our peers even, especially if they're so unfamiliar with it, because it is it's not like, you know, it's not like you can go to medical school and become a doctor and work. It's not like, you know, or like, you know, go to law. You want to be a lawyer? Great. Go to law school, get your JD, and go get hired as a lawyer. No, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a writer, like, there's nothing guaranteeing you can go to Juilliard and you still might not ever get a job.
No,
and
you might
be taken
a barista for the rest of your, like, you know, really,
yes,
or you know, so. And there's no guarantee in this industry, and so that's why it's so hard, I think, for a lot of parents to accept that their children are doing something creative, because it's so scary. And, you know, our parents, you know, the generation that our parents are in, you know, it's especially hard for them. And, you know, and even I think, you know, there's a gift for us, you know, who are in our, you know, 30s and
like the millennials.
Yeah, and I'm on the older side of the millennials, but I still qualify. I'm still there.
Yeah.
I was like one of the first millennials. I'm like on the beginning end of the millennials. But you know, for those of us who are in that category, we see what is available. We see, you know, you can be any age, and, like, you know, all you need is a computer and all you need is access. We are so interconnected with the rest of the world. There's no reason why you can't succeed if you have the drive, if you have the passion, if you have the, you know, just tenacity to do it. You can be successful at you know, whatever it is that you want to do. And, you know, that was just something that our parents just didn't have. And so I completely understand the fear and lack of understanding. But can you imagine, you know, what our children are going to be able to do? It's just going to be, it's like mind-boggling when I think about it.
Yeah, it always is. I mean, go ahead, Mike.
And also what's worse about parents is people on the internet. I mean, seriously, if you let's just say if you want to do a crowdfunding, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to do a crowdfunding, like, hey, I got a Patreon or what's it called, Indiegogo or PayPal donation, and saying that, hey, I need some of this stuff so I could keep my show going and stuff like that to entertain you guys and stuff. And you get these crazy comments from people. It's like, oh, why don't you get a job? Why don't you get? It's like, first and foremost, it's like people want to get a job so they could work like you guys, like you guys, but these people, like the ordinary people.
And a lot of people see what, you know, guys like Mike and a couple others are doing. They see that as a career, because it is a career. I mean, they do what they do because they love this industry. I mean, the whole point of them doing this is to entertain you, but also put money in their pocket so they can do this great content for you and live off of it. Yeah. So the fact is, I mean, you got to give what, you know, to do. I mean, there's some give and take involved. There's always give and take involved.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't go around. I mean, seriously, if you make a promise, if you want to make a promise to keep doing what you're doing, just keep doing it. Don't make a promise and then, like, next few months or years and say that, okay, it's postponed indefinitely, means that that will leave some serious fucking backlash.
Yeah, developers of Mighty Number 9 looking at you.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, DSP.
Oh no, you guys are calling people out now. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Okay, edit that. Okay, we edit that part out.
Real suicide, I know, but, you know, sometimes it got to be done.
It's okay. It shows you're passionate.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you. She understands it.
I totally do. I appreciate the passion, man, because I mean that's how you drive change. That's how you make things happen for yourself.
And because, you know, it just feels so good to just digitally punch them out.
Yeah,
because
verbally.
it just feels that way. It just feels great. I mean, it does it every time with DSP Gaming, but, you know, it just feels. Hey, am I lying, Mike? Am I lying?
No, you're not, dude. No, you're not. I mean, we waited for years for Project 7, and DSP had to drop it.
Yeah.
All his money gone to him playing games horribly.
It's like Vince McMahon at XFL.
Oh no! Oh my God, the XFL.
Jesus.
Oh.
If I ever see it again, it'll be too damn soon.
It'll be too soon.
Oh my God.
When I was in college, before my husband and I got married, when he was still my boyfriend, we had season passes.
Oh,
for
God.
for the LA team that I can't even remember what they were
I
called.
think they were called. No. I was thinking of the LA Enforcers. I think.
I don't even remember.
But
and then
it's not as stupid as ours. The Birmingham Thunderbolts.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But then we started watching arena football, and I dug arena football.
Yeah.
Arena football was fun.
The Steel Dogs, they had a pretty good season. They could have done better. But I mean, what do you think about the LFL?
Was that the lingerie league? What is the LFL?
So, yeah, I think so. I mean, do you take that seriously, or is it just show?
God.
Okay, I know why.
Well, okay, listen. I am a former athlete. I was an NCAA athlete, and I actually just after a 10-year break and having 2 children, I qualified for the Olympic trials.
Okay.
For the marathon. And so, like, I love athletes. I have tremendous respect for athletes.
Right.
Athletes in their underwear.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I mean, okay, I respect you for having the athleticism to get out there and play, but...
Yeah. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I see.
I just... I mean, okay, it's entertaining, and I am not disrespecting, do what you gotta do.
It's all cool.
It's all cool. It's like you saw this on Japanese animation, too.
Yes, and I love strippers. I think we're going to talk about athleticism. The athleticism of some of these strippers is insane.
We have to get her known with Lady J.
Oh yeah, we need Jessica Cavello stats.
Like for real.
So I have nothing but respect for for those women, for the lingerie league, for the strippers, for the exotic dancers, whatever they want to be called. I think they are amazing, and I have nothing but respect for them. It's not for me.
The only thing I would take is that for some reason between them and NFL, at least their victory dances are tasteful.
Yes.
Kind of tasteful. I mean, look at Drew Brees every season.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at you, Drew Brees. But anyway, I mean, considering the fact that we like really like petting the 10-jet dragon here, as Caitlin Frisch would always say. Shout out to Caitlin, by the way. We need to go into fan questions, and before we do that, does anyone have a question for GK?
Let's see. Ladies first, Michelle.
For your role in Durarara, what was your impression of Mayoru? She's pretty eccentric.
Crazy, and I have to be completely, because when the first season when I did it, there wasn't, she barely showed up like at the end, and I think, and so I didn't really get a sense of who she was, and of course in X2 she's just all over the place, and she really gets to show her personality, and I love her so much. I say Mairo Orihara is my spirit animal. That's what because
spirit animal.
She's my spirit animal. I love her. I just love how she just says whatever the hell she wants to say. She doesn't care what anyone thinks, and I wish I had given that intro when I was in high school.
She was like a wild child.
I still remember this one scene in, I think X2, where she's with her sister, and she's just getting all excited, and her sister's trying to tell her to calm down, but she won't.
She's like a hamster with coffee.
And she uses a hot pepper spray in Mayuru's eyes.
What? My God. This is what we do in the family?
Yes, she sprays her sister in the face with with pepper spray. It was awesome.
Like, if you could do that when you're happy, think of what you would do when you're pissed off.
Oh my God!
With Mayoru when she's pissed off, I don't even want to think about that right there.
Like,
I appreciate.
Wait.
I just like the relationship with his brother too.
Wait. GK, your character just used pepper spray, or you got pepper spray?
No, my character's twin sister.
She's
sprayed sprayed her sister in the face because Maru is very hyper. She talks a lot, and her twin sister is the exact opposite. She's very low key, quiet. Like, if you've ever seen the show when they first introduced the two characters,
right?
Like for real, introduced them. Maru stands up in class and she's like, "Hi," and she's like, "I love porn and manga and I'm bisexual and blah blah blah." And
she reminds me of a even more wilder Haruki Suzumiya.
And then her sister goes and just says hi and sits back down, and the teacher's like, "Anything else you want to say?"
You have no emotion out of her. I get no emotion out of her at all.
Right? Yeah. So they're total opposite. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
Relationship with their brother is interesting too.
Yeah.
He just hates them. He hates the sisters.
That just shows the little emotion he has.
You get more banter with Johnny Young Bosch since he's always
right.
Like he shows bitter and coldness, but the one time he can ever show another emotion by anger is by his two sisters getting on his nerves.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Yeah. If you look at Johnny Young-Bosch's character, he's a complete asshole.
Yes.
Oh, totally. He hates his sisters, and
it's a total douche. But he hates his sisters with a passion.
And they don't seem to like him either.
No, they don't, which makes it even better.
Talk about a family reunion that will go to hell quickly. Man. Well, let me go into fan questions. One of them in particular, and you can too, hand us, a question using the hashtag GK in the Shrine, just like our resident supporter and fan, by the way, Haji Davis again. Shout out to you.
Thank you, Haji.
He says to question to the Shrine saying, "What is your favorite episode scene in Durarara X2?"
Oh yes, that would have to be the one that I just talked about. Is the scene? Oh gosh, I can't even remember the name. I have to look up the name of the actual episode, but it was when the sisters first got introduced, and she just, she stands up in class and says, "I'm Maru, and I like this, that, and the other," and I fell in love with her 10 times over.
It's kind of funny, like. We get that out of VAs a lot. Like, as soon as they go into the booth, they say their first lines, and they look at it. Because I see that they see a screen of it, while they're doing the voice acting. Is that they see that, and as soon as they see it, and they project that character with good vocal control, they immediately fall in love with that character. Like, my God, wow. Like, it makes me want to fall in love with her, even though she's crazy as hell.
No, she is crazy. I mean, and it's funny because I don't feel that. I mean, I love all the characters I do.
Right.
I'm so grateful for every single character I get.
Sweet.
Yeah, for every single syllable I get to say for them.
No problem.
And but for some reason, just this character, Maru, she's my spirit animal. I don't know what else to say about her. Like, I love her so much.
We're getting something of an Avatar-like state going on right now.
I know. If I could be an anime character, I would want to be her.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Like, I can't figure her out at all, but I just like her so much every time I see her.
Who does it?
Yeah.
My goodness, like, they're always getting into trouble.
And she can ass like nobody's business. Like, I would love to have those skills.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And I think in the latest episode, you actually find out where she's learning all these martial art moves from.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Funny.
She can kick your ass too. Wow.
Oh no, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, it is.
She tries to head kick her brother, but doesn't work.
Don't work.
Turn out too well.
And I've always wondered, like I said, our Thanksgiving with those three. Oh my God, it will grow up quickly. Break out the chicken, and somebody gonna be throwing them. My goodness. But let me go into questions with the crew before I go into the next the next fan question.
Okay, I got a question. Will you? Okay, if you're familiar with the game called since you voiced the character from Hyperdimension Neputnia Rebirth 1 or 2, you play as Pirachu, right?
Yeah.
What's your experience of Pirachu having a crush on Christina V's character, Compa?
Oh my gosh, I appreciate that question so much. It's so funny. It's funny because I record both of those characters in the same studio too. It's interesting. I love it. I mean, Pirachu is just fun. He's just stupid and fun and he just, he's not the brightest bulb on the tree.
Right.
And but he's so funny, and I love that with a character like that I can get sappy and gooey and crush on Christina V. And it's so much. It's fun that he just has. It's just the most ridiculous thing because doesn't she end up kicking his butt all the time? But he's just like, I love you. My precious Compa. And he's such a glutton for punishment, and it cracks me up.
Oh God!
It makes it that much more endearing to me.
Oh my God.
Oh, more like 50 Shades of Compa, I guess. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Oh my God, another 50 Shades of Grey reference. If I don't hear any more, it's gonna be too soon. It'll be on my dick. Jesus. Anyway, moving on with fan questions. Mario Tanaka says this to the Shrine. What is your very first role? Was it daunting to go into the booth with no experience?
Yes.
We just talked about,
Yeah.
You were talking about being your first role was Senna from Bleach, Memories of Nobody. Was it daunting for you to go into the booth with that, with almost no experience in this?
It was. Yes, it was. I mean, I had worked on Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, and so there was a little bit of ADR with those games, because they have their little video segments.
Right. And
so I wasn't a complete moron when I went in to do Bleach, but the Bleach was huge. That was my first huge role, and I was working with the amazing Wendy Lee.
Yes.
She was directing me.
Wendy Lee for the win.
And she was she was so sweet, and she was so patient with me. But she's like, oh, I didn't realize, okay, this makes sense. No wonder you don't know what you're doing. This is your first role.
It's sweet, yeah.
But once she knew that, she was like, okay, now I know what I'm dealing with. And
hey, at least she pulled you to the side and made you realize that.
Oh, no, she said that to me in the booth. She didn't pull me to the side.
Oh, okay.
She just laid me out while I was, in the booth, and it was fine. But, no, because she was so sweet about it. She didn't make me cry or anything.
Right. So, hey, at least she did it in the right way. She could have just yelled at you, but it was good.
She could have. She could have ripped me a new one, but she didn't. She was so wonderful, and she was so patient. And she brought out, to me, at the time, as a newbie, as, an unseasoned actor even, she really had her work cut out. She really pulled out a fantastic performance. And that was all her just giving me amazing direction.
Oh man, she's a goddess, especially.
She's amazing.
I always say she's the goddess of anime, and I really do.
Oh gosh, she's amazing.
I mean that down outright. She. Yes, I did say that. I mean, she is the ADR director for Bleach. She was the ADR director for Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
I know the series is over here in America as well as in Japan. But she's a great goddess. She's also Yoriichi Shihoe, by the way, and a couple of other roles. But Yoriichi is very outstanding for us. Big fan. But it was great. I mean, it's a great anime. If you haven't checked it out, again, I plug it. You need to watch it. By the way, Haji sent in another question. By the way, he asked you, have you ever auditioned for a Funimation licensed anime?
I have. Well, no.
Wow. She's like, okay, yeah. Wait, no.
Because I know they do most of their stuff in Texas, I believe. But I also know, Pirachu and that whole franchise. I believe Funimation did a film, I think, or a series or something. But they did. They hired all of the actors except me But I don't know. I just think they didn't know about me. I think they just didn't know I existed. So, I don't hold that against them. I mean, I would love to do something for them one of these days. And
we would all love
it's not yet.
I see you standing out in a fairy tale part, or what do you think? I mean, like, if there was one anime, let me just follow up for that question. If there was one anime from Funimation's list, today or present or past, what would it be and why?
That's a good question. You know what? I have to admit I am not all terribly familiar with all of the stuff that I just say that because I know they do so much.
They do so much, and
it's hard. Like, I mean, I'm a fan of almost everything they do. I mean, I love anime. I love voice act. The English voice actors that do the dubbing. I mean, there's a whole war between dubs and subs. I get it. I know.
Well, we all know that. You
just appreciate whatever you want to appreciate, and it's fine. But so anyway, I mean, I know there's so much skill that goes into it, and I mean, all the characters are so beautifully drawn. I love the artwork of it, and so I don't know. I'd have to go and like do some research and see if there's any one character who really jumps out at me.
What do you guys think? I'm just going to ask this to my crew. What do you see GK in?
I can see her in One Piece. We've been seeing lots of LA actors in that, actually.
Oh, really?
I can see her in Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've always seen her as a Fairy Tail character.
Love the artwork in Fairy Tail.
Oh, yeah.
I
know. Yes, we are. Just like, for one
thing, gorgeous.
Go ahead. I can see, like, it's like a character. I can see a brand new character. I don't know if I can see an existing character because, like, replacing a voice actor.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because you fall in love with whoever the voice. And when they change the voice, you're like, oh, why'd they change the voice? What happened to the other actor?
Oh my God!
I could see her as Levy. I could see her as Levy. Don't want to read into that, but I can see her as Levy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a question, fan question. And his is from good old Benjamin Oscar.
Benjamin Oscar.
Oh, I love Benjamin.
Yeah, good old Benjamin Oscar.
Let me tell you, he's the biggest supporter of Shrinetime, and he's also a big supporter of the industry. I mean, I've not went to one voice actor or actress that doesn't love this guy.
No, I was like,
he is just amazing. He's so supportive. He's like Haji. Like, he and Haji are like, oh my God, I love them so much.
Yeah, it's like,
they love all of us, they support all of us, and they're great guys.
Yes, it's like, hey, it's like, this guy is so supportive to the business that, hey, I want to be supported like this guy as well. It's the problem. The problem is that I'm afraid to be likable. It's like, if that's the problem.
I just want to be loved. Hey, I'm right here. Everybody recognize me.
Yeah, Senpai noticed me. but anyways, to Benjamin Oscar, he asked, best memories working on the first Bleach movie.
Oh, I mean, it was that whole experience was really. I mean, it was. I hate to get all like sappy about it, but
it's great.
It was a life-changing experience doing that film, and like I said, that was a film that my parents got to see in theaters, and that's when they really understood what it was I did for a living. And my whole family got to see it, and my husband and my kids, and like that was probably the best, my favorite memory. I mean, in addition to just working with all those amazing voice actors. Again, and as a newbie, and like how they were just so supportive and so welcoming of me, and being able to like have that experience and have finally like the validation like from my parents.
Better you than most. Better you than most parents.
After the movie, my mom called me up and she said, I Googled you and you have fans and you have this little guy who looks like Steve Urkel talking about you on YouTube, and it was so
wow.
so cute, and I was just like, oh, thank you, God, for this role that,
Yeah. Hey,
totally, like, legitimized everything that I was doing.
at least now you have the at least the blessing and just the love that you have for your family, from the family, to do what you love doing. So now you have even more confidence to go in the movie and do your thing. It's a gratifying experience for everybody. So, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing. But let me ask, considering fact, let me ask one of two cliche questions. Number one, that I always use to for VAs whenever they on this podcast. Number one is, what is like your motivation? What is your motivation? I haven't gotten to it yet, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't got to that one. The first one is, what is like your motivation to be a voice actress? I mean, whether it's the fans or whether it's, because you heard already, what I'm saying, how you react to fans, who love the work you do with anime or roles you do. What is the motivation there?
That is an amazing question, and I appreciate that. I have to. I'll try to answer this as succinctly as I can. Otherwise, we don't have I don't have 2 hours. But
give it time, but we'll get there.
Voiceover is something that I've always wanted to do ever since
right.
I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, the original My Little Ponies. I mean, the My Little Ponies now are awesome, but the original My Little Ponies from the early, from the 80s. Those
don't feel bad. The new school is good. I'm actually a
and the Smurfs and all that stuff, and the Snorks and all the Gummy Bears, all those old and wonderful cartoons.
You're bringing up my childhood. I want you to know that.
I loved all of those so much, and when The Little Mermaid came out, I think I was about 10 years old, 10 or 11, and when Ariel, got up in that rock and sang her heart out, saying that someday she didn't know when, she didn't know how, but she was gonna be a part of that world someday, and I was like, hell yes, that is what I am going to be when I grow up. And now I'm about to get racist because I'm used to Michelle. I'm sure you can understand. Being Asian, I have Asian temperament, and Polynesian. I'm an ethnic mix of Polynesian and Middle Eastern and Native American and Latin, but Polynesian is that's.
I'm so jealous now.
With which I truly identify. So anyway, having a wonderful tiger mom who pushed me in school, and I got straight A's, and I went to UCLA, and I majored in a pre-med major, microbiology, immunology, and molecular genetics, and I was actually a microbiologist and molecular geneticist when I first graduated from university, and I feel like, okay, I fulfilled that obligation, and then my husband and I got married. We got married young. I was 22 and he was 25, and I feel like, okay, my dad got to wipe his hands of me and say, okay, she's yours now. And
oh, wow.
And so I was no longer under their care, and so that was actually a real gift. I didn't really have a lot of experience adulting, because I went straight from a college student to being a wife. And that was a huge gift. I didn't realize it at the time, but it gave me the freedom to go after my dreams because, yes, you still want to please your parents, but my husband was now the one who was supporting me. Right. And he, I was lucky enough to marry an incredible man who supported anything I wanted to do. I could tell him right now, hey, babe, I don't want to do voiceovers anymore. I want to go to Mars. He'd be like, okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. He's just that supportive.
Of course, he'll tell you about it because we chatted a couple of times earlier today, and he said there was a question. I don't know if I'm gonna read it. I'll read it.
You can read it. Go ahead.
Just for the heck of it.
Here we go.
I'm going to read it right here. Gee, there's so many questions. Let me go through this again. Because it was so funny, I had to you say LOL because it was so funny.
He makes me laugh.
He makes anybody laugh. The question he said, one question is that should be, how did she land such a smart, handsome husband? That had me laughing like crazy. Okay, that's a good question to ask.
No, he's He's awesome. No, he tricked me. No, it was so funny.
Husband.
he did offer this. He said, I said, this is a great question to ask. And he did say, actually, I'm the lucky one. She boosts my street cred. All American in track, taught by 5 Nobel Prize winners, and hot.
Oh.
So, yeah, he knows.
He's a good man with words.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he is. He definitely, he did a lot of sweet talking when we were dating. And he still does. We've been married for 14 years. And
yeah, man, like, for real, it just made me want to step my game up now. Yeah, man. Jeez. Oh, man.
But long answer to your question, my motivation, it's something that I'd always wanted to do, but I had the support, I had just an amazing support of my husband, and then, even though my parents didn't really get it at the time, he was such a huge support to me, and he, there was a little bit of time when he's like, okay, babe, this hobby of yours is getting a little expensive. I was making a little bit of money, but, hey. It was my agent who said to him, hey, look, it's like starting a business. It's going to take a while for her to, start, seeing a return on this investment here. And once he had that analogy, he was like, okay, all right, cool, we can do this. And then right after that is like when I started really doing well and making a respectable income.
Well, hey, always got to make that money somehow. Trust me.
Yeah, but it really, in my heart of hearts, it's just something that I've always wanted to do. And I think because I am so ethnically mixed and I never really fit in growing up.
Yeah.
Voiceover for me was the one thing that I could do where it didn't matter what I looked like, it didn't matter my ethnicity. I could be, blonde hair, blue-eyed Barbie from Mattel. I could be, an African-American gangster for Saints Row 2. I could be a Chinese empress for Disney. And I know, and last week, a couple weeks ago, I got to be a zebra and a gazelle and a mermaid. And this is, you can't, voiceover is like the only thing, the only thing I could do is and be all of those things and not worry about what people are going to think of me ethnically, because that was always really hard for me growing up. And I run into it a little bit now because I get, when I'm in New York, I'm Puerto Rican. When I'm in Florida, I'm Cuban. When I'm in Los Angeles, I get light-skinned black woman. And when I'm in Hawaii, I'm Hawaiian. Like, it's so funny too, because even in LA, like if I go to like Chinatown or people are constantly talking to me in Tagalog, it's hilarious.
Wow.
And then it's crazy. And then when I am in Hawaii, like when we went to Hawaii with our family, my husband's Polish. He's like blonde hair, blue eyes, like white boy. And people think I'm Hawaiian and I married this haole and like,
wow, okay.
They're like, so, how long you been married to that haole? And did he move here for you, or did you move to the mainland for him? And
there's any number of factors that gone into that decision. So believe me, you know what I'm saying? You did what was like, I don't know, we step for the name of love.
Yeah.
For the name. Like, okay. You're going to make it sound like R. Kelly in a minute.
Oh. But,
so I've been very blessed to be able to pursue this career in the way that I have.
Oh, it's great to have you in this industry, though, because, having the opportunity to talk to you and, clown with you. And by the way, you're a charming, kind person, by the way. I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
Put up with us for the hour you have. I'm loving right now how you're taking it all in charm and just hanging with us like that. It's pretty awesome. Go ahead.
And Charles, before you ask that question, just to let you know, I'm going to give out 2 shout outs here. To one person who says that he doesn't have a question, but he'd rather watch. But you know what? He will get shout out anyway. So shout out to my longtime follower Anthony Pimas.
He's also a supporter of the Shrine.
Yeah, he's a supporter of the Shrine and a longtime follower of me for my Ace Gamer show and stuff. And also to another shout out, which is a new segment we like to call Cosplay of the Week. And thanks to and the Cosplay of the Week is Megawatts Cosplay, who did a cosplay of Emma Frost.
and she does.
Oh wow!
If you see it on Twitter, you'll see what we're talking about. She does an excellent Emma Frost. I'm looking at it right now. She's like very like a goddess. Like,
oh my gosh!
Yes,
maybe
check that out
right now.
You said she's on Twitter?
Yes, she's on Twitter right now.
What's her name?
Her name is Megawatt Cosplay, but it's also retweeted by another website that another Twitter that I follow. It's called Hot and Geeky.
Oh yeah.
That's what we all like. Retweeted.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And the photo was been made by Maze Studio, which they did a good job at making high quality photos. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So a huge shout out to them, and huge shout out to Megawatt's Cosplay for
absolutely. I love the cosplayers. Oh my god, the dedication those people have is just insane.
Trust me.
Oh my god.
There was one thing, and I just want to make sure I want to make this perfectly clear. Mike's not the only one that is hard pressed on time when it comes to making promises. If you notice, like last year, I made a promise to the original voice actress of Sailor Moon, Katie Griffin, the voice of Sailor Mars before Christina V. I made a promise to her that I was going to roll up into a con of ours here in Birmingham as a male Sailor Mars.
Oh no!
Yes, I actually I can understand now. I see the testament because this is my first time cosplaying. This will be my first time, and I promise I will go through with it for next year's for Comic-Con because now I got the time for it. I will say this, I can understand the long hours, the hard work, and the dedication that these cosplayers go through every time. And one of our co-hosts is also a dedicated cosplayer, Dante Masamune, by the way. Shout out to her, by the way. She is a dedicated. When I say dedicated, the girl doesn't stop for nothing. Neither do any of the cosplayers we are friends with. Kimihako Blade. I'm looking at you too.
Yes, give me Hako. Yes, yes, and yeah, she probably will be next on the cosplay list.
Yep. And also, of course, Gina B. And Katsuya Moon Fox. And there's a number of those, and I say this right now. I've never seen so much dedication to cosplay like this. It just all goes back to what we were just saying about making this industry a part of the industry, our livelihoods, our careers, our jobs. When we feel so much love from it for the first time, you're hooked.
Yeah.
It's like eating a good sweet potato pie. You just savor it, and you just don't want to keep not eating it. You just want to keep savoring it.
That's right.
Oh my God, I can tell you stories about sweet potato pie, but I just don't have time.
Oh my God.
Speaking of which, speaking of doing all that and being addicted to it for the last hour, I just have a question for you.
Here you go.
Sure thing.
Why are you still here after all this craziness?
What?
Why are you still here after all this craziness?
Yeah. Why are you still here? I knew he's going to ask that.
Oh no! You guys are just making it so much fun for me.
Yes.
But you guys are my people. Like I'm at home. I'm quite at home here in this conversation. So no.
I'll tell you what though. Consider that you just said that you're my people and everything. Think of us as our people, as you are our people as well. So consider us friends now.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
And also friendly on Skype too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So one question though, you know what I'm saying? Real question, you know what I'm saying, since we're all friends and everything. Do you think that for some reason, you can get us into secret footage of stuff you're doing? Just kidding. I'm just being funny. I'll
do what I can. Like, if you want to follow me, like on, I put stuff up on Twitter, but I'm on Instagram as well, and I do my best to put like fun behind the scenes pictures up on Instagram. It's just at GKBose.
Right.
And I do my best. Take pictures with. As in voiceover, we hardly ever see each other. So when we do, we get super excited when you see another voice actor.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God! oh my god, I get to see someone, and so like we take well, constantly we're obnoxious, like we drive
you know that another voice actor who, by the way, I will be announcing in just a minute about that, about the next guest spot in just a minute. And just told me that voice actors don't see each other.
No, yeah,
they are not in the same room. It's like, what? I can understand that, but for voice acting, they just want to get that character, the other character, the session, and that's it. I just never thought that. Okay, I thought for one reason, because I'm thinking of the Simpsons, because they all in the same room with each other when they do sessions like that. But when voice acting is just the polar opposite,
right,
of what we do here in America. So just to have one character, just one guy or one gal in the booth doing this session, doing set session, and it's by themselves, like that boggles my mind. Like, okay, how do they know each other? How do they know each other when they go and sit down with each other at cons? Like,
I know. Like, I had never met Kyle Abear before.
What?
We met at a con, but we had worked together and had so many shared credits, but we had never met in person until that time, and I don't think I've seen him since, but we're friends now. I mean, we keep in touch, and but it's just it's so hard.
That's surprising. I've never seen anybody say that before about missing some, but I can understand why. I've never met Johnny or Bosch, so I can share that in that regard. He's cool. I'm saying that he's cool, so I'm looking forward to meeting him. I'm looking forward to that guy.
Yeah, no, he's super awesome. And I'll give a huge shout out to, and one of my best girlfriends is Kari Walgren, and she was a huge influence. Like, she was
fan of Kari.
Like, she was such a mentor to me in the beginning of my career as well. And I can honestly say a lot of my success is because of Kari.
I want to be
so bad. I love her so much, and she, I bring her up because, we hardly ever get to see each other. Maybe once a year. Like, but it's such a serious effort to, especially, living in Los Angeles. I mean, it's like it takes an hour to get anywhere. Wow. So it's an effort to see someone. But, like we've known each other now for over 10 years, and I just consider her, one of my best friends. I love her, but one of the beautiful things about this industry too is like, and the friendships that you do form, even if you do only see each other like once a year, or at the end of a project, it feels like no time at all has gone by.
Right.
Because we are all in this together, and we all have so much in common as far as stuff goes. So I mean, we feel it, like we know what we go through on a regular basis, and and so it's not always easy to stay in touch with your fellow castmates.
Right. But considering the fact that we're about to close up shop in just a minute, but we have one more fan question, and it's from Jeff Burns, by the way.
I love Jeff. He's awesome.
he said hi, by the way.
Hi.
And he also says a question: how often do you go into a session cold and without seeing a script beforehand?
Every single day. We don't always get the script ahead of time. We don't sometimes we don't get to see it until we step into the booth. And it depends on the project too, but it happens all the time. Yeah, more often than not, we do not get to see the script ahead of time.
Jeez. Like, I mean, more often than not, do you not see a script beforehand before you have to go and read, like go in the booth and say, I'm going to read my lines, like, for real?
Yeah, we do frozen reads. I mean, there's cold reading and there is sub-zero reading, which is what voice actors do.
Jeez. Jeez.
The beautiful thing about it is I don't have to memorize anything. You can have the script in front of you the whole time, which is awesome.
Jesus. Oh, man, but see, I would be afraid to get in the booth. Because the fact is that you have to like memorize what you read, and then you have to go in, bam, right there. You gotta hit it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have like sometimes like with the anime stuff. Yes, you have to do that to time. And you have to like do it to picture. But like for traditional animation, you just you're reading it off the page, and it's not. And you don't have to. You don't have to have anything set to memory.
Right.
That's nice. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I can understand right there, though. But Let me just close out the show right now, considering the fact that we're gonna grill a little bit of overtime in this, but it was so awesome anyway. It was. Let me just say, GK, it's awesome to have you here. It was awesome to have you in the shrine. Please come back.
Please do.
Please come back and just hang with us again for another set of craziness. Because we was petting the attention dragging most of the show, but it was awesome nonetheless. We love to have you back on in the future.
That's right.
Anytime. It was an absolute blast.
It was awesome to have you. But how can fans find you on social media?
I am always on Twitter. I have found that to be my favorite form of social media as of right now. And so you can follow me on Twitter. I'm very active, and I'll always answer any question any fan has. And
by the way,
I'm sorry.
Just to let everybody know.
Just at GKBose, super easy.
There you go.
And then I also have a website, gkbose.com, and then Instagram. And like I said, I try to post a lot of fun behind the scenes stuff on there.
Sweet.
So yeah.
You gotta check her out. She's awesome and she's fun as hell. Gotta check her out.
She's awesome too, and she's my new best friend.
She's awesome, my best friend now. Wow. Hey. No problem. And of course, we all got to shout out ourselves. So, Mike, how can fans find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Twitter. Yes, thank you, Jessica Cavello. Yeah, I blame Jessica Cavello for that term, twatter.
Voice actress at work.
Yeah. I'm going to say, find me on Twitter at Mike Maverick AG, and like me on Facebook at Mike Maverick Ace Gamer. And also I have a YouTube page known as Turnabout ENT. Also have a Let's Play channel, which it will be to be determined. And also I have a website called Turnabout Entertainment, which I'll be starting making blogs and quick videos and stuff on there as well, just for archives.
Which, by the way, you need to check him out. Again, he's everywhere you want to be. But of course, he's always there, especially when it comes to and if any time, you want to catch him up, he's always on the Shrinetime page. So check it.
And also, I forgot to mention that I'm also part of Kai Minds and in the Gaming Rebellion. So there you go.
He rebels over bad games.
Nah. We just have fun showing that we're true gamers.
Yeah, true gamers are hard to find these days. Yeah. Minus the naysayers. Michelle, how can fans find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Michelle_Tan101, and same handle on Instagram as well. And for Facebook, I don't have an actual public page, but you can find me at David Vincent's fan club, the Windor Panthers. I know he's not in this podcast right now, but I still like to shout out that fan club.
Hey. But he's awesome. He's here in spirit. Hey, David! No, but yeah, he would be right now saying El Presidente. I had to, but he's all good, so hopefully we'll have him back on the shrine in the near future as well. But of course, you can also check out this podcast on social media sites, on great music social sites such as Facebook at facebook.com/Shrinetime Entertainment, as well as Twitter at Shrine Podcast. And as always, if you're ever on Twitter and you want to leave feedback and want to leave us feedback to make us a better podcast, just leave it in the comments with the hashtag Shrinetime Shoutout. Make sure you leave us a comment. Make sure you leave us some feedback, honest to God feedback, because we always look at this stuff and we always wonder how better of a podcast we can be, because it's the more you'll get out of us and the more you get out of your Shrinetime experience. Also, you can check me out on Twitter as well, or Twitter if you want to go for that, at Money Senpai SEP. That's MoneySenpai. I will dwell in the world of Twitter a little bit more every day. Especially, I've been on Twitter a lot more these days than Facebook. So you can always catch me there, and you can also catch me doing the Shrine Podcast Twitter page as well. So you can also check me out on Instagram at Money Senpai. You can also check me out on my Tumblr at Money Senpai Official. So I don't do too much on there. I will be back doing stuff on there and also commenting and doing what I can, and also being the enforcer for these felonious and fake websites and pages that people leave on these pages. And I will say this: anybody who makes a page for voice actors, don't do it. If you, I always say, if you have a idea, if you have a stupid idea, don't act on it. Don't act on it, because you will get caught. And here's the thing, though. And I always have like this is a growing epidemic now with people just imitating voice actors and actresses and make them say stupid things and make them say, okay, oh, I love porn and all this type of stuff. No, they don't. No, they don't. And everybody can smell a phony right then and there, right?
Totally. No, and thank you so much for saying that. I apologize for giggling, but it's funny, but it's not. And
it's not.
It's very obnoxious, and I really appreciate that sentiment, because it's disrespectful.
It kind of pisses me off, though.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful, and it's we don't appreciate it. I mean, I'm an appreciator of art and talent,
right?
But not in that way, and not seeing my character portrayed in those ways. And so thanks, but no thanks.
Here's another thing too. Don't go around role playing as your favorite voice actors. That makes them creepier as well.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate that happens. And yes, please don't.
Yeah. In a quote of a movie I just saw or heard, a little quote: "We know who you are, fucker."
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We will find you.
Yes. Right. In a world where where technology doesn't always go equal good things, it's good to see that a few of us are actually taking notice and really are doing something to prevent and preserve our industry. So, and also, like Bob Barker always say, the pet population, have your cats or dog spayed or neutered. This is the same way with anime. If you love to support the anime industry that you love, go buy an anime DVD today.
Buy it today.
Go buy it. Right Stuff, Amazon. When it comes, or just do streaming sites like anime Aniplex channel, or of course Funimation's Crunchyroll or Funimation Elite. And All Access Pass.
And and by the way, watch anime online and other so-called anime websites don't count.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. That doesn't support it. You're just doing more harm than good.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you can't afford it, but if you try to afford it, guess what? If you can afford it, well, you can always go to the Funimation and support it.
And so, I mean, they're low price.
Yeah,
they're low price.
$8 a month. All right, if you can afford $8 a month, go right ahead.
We don't support that, but I say, if you can try, at least try. We all support the industry as best we can. We do not want another 2005 on our hands.
No,
we
don't.
Want 2005 on our hands. I guarantee you. Or 2008. So I mean, based on what you've seen and heard of those years. But like I said, if you love the industry that you love, go buy an anime DVD today, or support the anime streaming service that you love. It's always a good supporter. I mean, it's always good to support the industry that you love. Love a piece of anime. So until next time. Oh, by the way, I did want to say this. This Saturday, or next Monday, whichever comes first. We haven't confirmed yet. But we have confirmed, considering the fact this is a brand new a month-long Shrinetime guest spot event called the Night Raid Party. And it's in celebration of the new English dub from Sentai, Agama Got Killed, which is on Toonami every Saturday night. And by the way, we do ask you to watch and support the show. Hashtag Agama Got Killed. We actually have a new guest spot that is being confirmed. Christina Kelly, the voice of Mine, will be in here at the Shrine either this weekend or Monday. We're still working that out, but it is confirmed. And she is next to the bar. Everybody who knows, last week we had Marley Cersei, who was the voice of Akame. But we've actually had We've had her on, and it's been an awesome experience nonetheless. And we also are going to have Christina. That's going to be even more awesome, especially with GK here. So we have a huge assortment of people that are coming, and we're also trying to nail down Corey Herzog, who is the voice of Tatsumi, and we're also going to go after the voice actress of Leone next. So whichever, we're still working on trying to get the at least the main cast members of the Night Raid. So whatever, we're all trying to get to that route, and it's going to be a supportive time for the Shrine. It's a month-long thing, so keep watching the Shrine and send us your questions using the hashtag #MindInTheShrine, by the way, which is the hashtag for Christina's guest spot here. So, with that said, for GK Bowles, for Michelle, for my boy Mike, I'm Money Senpai, and as always, thank you for enjoying your time in the Shrine. And as always, we're out. Peace!
Later! You're listening to Shrinetime Entertainment Pop. What? The party's over? Well, let's clock out, guys. Come on, let's go. Move, let's go. Come on. Shrinetime Entertainment TV. The nerd is the word.